planet is home to countless strange and extraordinary places that defy logic and stretch the limits of imagination. From surreal landscapes that seem to belong in a science fiction movie to hauntingly beautiful locations shaped by nature or abandoned by time. Each of these places holds mysteries waiting to be discovered, whether formed by natural forces or shaped by human hands. These bizarre destinations captivate scientists and adventurers alike, challenging our understanding of beauty, life, and the world we thought we knew. 10. Mendenhall Ice Caves, Alaska, USA. Round pushpin location. Located inside the Mendenhall Glacier. About 12 miles, 19 kilometers, from downtown Juneau, the capital city of Alaska. Snow-capped mountain overview. The Mendenhall Glacier is a 13.6-mile, 21.9 kilometers, long glacier that flows from the Juneau icefield. The ice caves are natural tunnels and chambers that form within or beneath the glacier as meltwater flows through it. The caves are constantly changing, melting, shifting, and collapsing depending on temperature and glacier movement. Milky Way. What makes it unique? The glowing blue light inside the caves is caused by dense glacial ice absorbing all colors of light except blue, which it reflects. The surreal scenery makes visitors feel like they're walking through a crystal palace or frozen dream world. The walls are often smooth and curved, sculpted by centuries of ice compression and water flow, warning accessibility and safety. The caves are not easily accessible and can be dangerous. Getting to the caves typically involves a kayak or canoe ride across Mendenhall Lake, a trek over rugged terrain and glacier ice. Proper equipment, crampons, ice axes, and a trained guide are strongly recommended. The caves are fragile and can collapse without warning due to melting or shifting ice. Calendar. Best time to visit. Late summer, July to September, is the safest and most common time when caves may be accessible. Availability changes every year depending on glacier conditions. Some years, the caves may not be safe to enter at all. Globe. Environmental note. The Mendenhall Glacier is rapidly retreating due to climate change. Some parts of the ice caves that existed in the early 2010s no longer exist today. Visiting responsibly and supporting conservation efforts is crucial. Camera with flash photography tip. Bring a wide-angle lens and a tripod for long exposures. The light inside is low, but the textures and colors are stunning. 9. Wave Rock, Western Australia. Round pushpin location. Wave Rock is located near the small town of Hyden, in the Wheatbelt region of Western Australia. Approximately 340 kilometers, 210 miles, east of Perth. Rock geological overview. Wave Rock is a striking natural rock formation shaped like a towering ocean wave frozen in time. It stands 15 meters, 49 feet, high and stretches approximately 110 meters, 360 feet, long along its curved face. This incredible structure is part of a larger granite outcrop known as Hyden Rock. Estimated to be over 2.7 billion years old, among the oldest rocks on Earth. Wave formation. Wave Rock's unique wave-like shape was sculpted over millions of years through a process called flared slope weathering. Chemical weathering below ground level caused the base of the rock to erode more rapidly than the top. When the surrounding soil was eventually removed by erosion and rainfall, the curved shape was exposed. Additional streaks of color on the surface have been created by water runoff containing minerals like iron and aluminum oxides, resulting in beautiful bands of orange, brown, and gray. Camera with flash tourism and cultural significance. Wave Rock is a popular tourist attraction, drawing thousands of visitors annually. It is a favorite spot for photography, especially during sunrise or sunset when the light enhances its dramatic form. Walking tours. With trails around Hyden Rock and nearby attractions like Hippo's Yawn, a rock formation resembling a yawning hippopotamus. For the Noongar people, the local Aboriginal community, the rock holds spiritual and cultural significance. And traditional stories, Dreamtime legends, explain its origin. Seedlings surrounding environment. The area around Wave Rock is rich in native flora and fauna, including wildflowers in spring, September to November. Conservation efforts help preserve this unique geological and ecological landscape. Warning conservation and management. To prevent erosion from increased foot traffic and water damage, authorities have installed a retaining wall and drainage systems. Visitors are encouraged to stick to designated paths to protect the rock surface and surrounding habitat. Calendar. Best time to visit. Spring, September to November, for blooming wildflowers. Early morning or late afternoon, for cooler weather and better lighting for photography. 8. Caño Cristales, the River of Five Colors, Colombia. Round pushpin location. Caño Cristales is located in the Serranía de la Macarena National Park, in the Meta department of central Colombia. It lies between the Amazon rainforest, the Andes Mountains, and the eastern plains, Los Llanos, creating a unique ecological convergence zone. National Park Overview. Caño Cristales is often referred to as the River of Five Colors, the liquid rainbow, the most beautiful river in the world. What makes it so extraordinary is the vibrant colors that appear in the water: red, yellow, green, blue, and black, which shift depending on the time of year, water levels, and sunlight. Rainbow. What creates the colors? The colors in Caño Cristales are 100% natural and are not caused by minerals or algae, but by a unique aquatic plant called Macarenia clavigera, a species of riverweed found only in this region. Red. When the Macarenia clavigera is exposed to the right amount of sunlight and water, it turns a brilliant red. Green. Mosses and other water plants growing on rocks. Blue and black. Deep, clear waters over dark stone. Yellow. Reflected light and sediments. The result is a flowing river that looks like a liquid kaleidoscope or a painting brought to life. Calendar. Best time to visit. The river is only colorful during the wet to dry transition season, typically between late May and early December. Especially, July to November is peak season. During the dry season, December to May, the riverbed dries up. In the rainy season, high water levels can prevent sunlight from reaching the Macarenia plants. Compass. Access and tourism. The town of La Macarena serves as the main gateway. Visitors must book a guided eco-tour with licensed tour companies due to national park regulations. Activities include hiking across savannas and rainforest, swimming in permitted areas, viewing waterfalls, natural pools, and rock formations. Environmental protection. Caño Cristales is part of a fragile ecosystem. Daily visitor numbers are strictly limited to reduce environmental impact. Swimming is restricted to certain zones to protect the Macarenia clavigera. Conservation efforts are ongoing, especially due to past threats from illegal armed groups, now largely stabilized. World map. Geological significance. The river flows over ancient rock formations that are over 1.2 billion years old. Part of the Guiana Shield, one of the oldest geological regions on Earth. Camera with flash photography tips. Bring a waterproof camera or phone cover. Use polarizing filters to reduce glare from the water. Best light for photos is around midday when the sun is high. 7. Coober Pedy, the underground town, Australia. Round pushpin location. Coober Pedy is a small, remote town located in South Australia, about 850 kilometers, 528 miles, north of Adelaide. It sits in the heart of the outback desert, where summer temperatures can soar above 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Desert overview. Coober Pedy is world famous for two main things. It is known as the opal capital of the world, producing over 70% of the world's opals. It is widely recognized for its unique underground lifestyle, where much of the town's population lives, works, and socializes beneath the Earth's surface to escape the harsh desert climate. Hut. The underground homes, dugouts. Because of the extreme heat and arid conditions, residents have built dugouts, which are homes and buildings carved into the hillsides or underground. Temperatures in these dugouts remain a comfortable 23 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, year-round. These homes are quiet, naturally insulated, and surprisingly spacious. Some even include luxuries such as underground churches, shops, hotels, art galleries, and bars. Gem opal mining. Opal was first discovered in Coober Pedy in 1915, attracting prospectors from around the world. Mining remains the town's primary industry. The landscape around the town is dotted with thousands of hand-dug shafts, giving it a lunar-like appearance. Visitors can explore old mine shafts, opal cutting demonstrations, and even try their hand at noodling, searching for leftover opals in the mine tailings. Classical building. Key attractions. Underground Serbian Orthodox Church, a stunning, fully functioning church carved into sandstone. Old Timers Mine, a preserved 1916 opal mine with underground museum. Umuna Opal Mine and Museum offers insight into opal mining and Aboriginal culture. Coober Pedy Spaceship, a spaceship prop from the movie Pitch Black. Still displayed in town. The Moon Plain, a barren, rocky landscape often used in sci-fi movie sets. Clapperboard in popular culture. Coober Pedy has served as a filming location for several movies due to its surreal, otherworldly appearance, including Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, Pitch Black, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Globe Climate and Conditions. The town receives less than 170 millimeters, 7 inches, of rainfall annually. Daytime temperatures in summer can reach 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Living underground provides natural protection from both heat and dust storms. Compass travel and access. Coober Pedy can be reached by car, bus, or plane. The Stewart Highway connects the town to Adelaide in the south and Alice Springs to the north. The Gone Railway passes nearby, though Coober Pedy is not a regular stop. Warning: tourism tips. Wear sun protection and stay hydrated if exploring above ground. Never walk around mining areas without a guide. Open shafts are dangerous. Book underground accommodations in advance, especially during tourist season. Seedling cultural and environmental importance. The town is located on traditional Aboriginal land, Antikarinja Matu Yankini Jajara people. Sustainable tourism and preservation of both natural and cultural heritage are key priorities. 6. Lake Natron, the Petrifying Lake, Tanzania. Round pushpin location. Lake Natron is located in northern Tanzania, near the border with Kenya, within the Gregory Rift, which is part of the eastern arm of the East African Rift Valley. It lies just northeast of Lake Manyara and close to Ol Doinyo Lengai, the only active carbonatite volcano in the world. Test tube: why is it called the Petrifying Lake? Lake Natron earned the nickname the Petrifying Lake because it contains extremely alkaline water with high levels of sodium carbonate and other minerals, mainly due to volcanic ash from Ol Doinyo Lengai. These chemical properties can preserve and calcify dead animals that come into contact with the water, turn birds and other small creatures into statue-like figures if they die in or near the lake, often due to disorientation caused by the lake's reflective surface. These preserved carcasses are sometimes coated with salt and look petrified, as if turned to stone, giving the lake a hauntingly beautiful reputation. Thermometer: physical characteristics. pH level ranges from 9 to 10.5, similar to ammonia. Temperature: the lake can reach temperatures up to 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Salinity: extremely high, especially during the dry season, leading to salt crusts that often appear red or pink due to the presence of halophilic, salt-loving, microorganisms. Depth: shallow, typically less than 3 meters, 10 feet, deep. Size: roughly 57 kilometers long and 22 kilometers wide. Flamingo wildlife and ecological importance. Despite its harsh environment, Lake Natron is one of the most important breeding sites in the world for lesser flamingos, Phoenicanaeus minor. The flamingos feed on the cyanobacteria and algae that thrive in the salty water. The extreme conditions and isolation protect nesting sites from predators and human disturbance. Over 75% of the global population of lesser flamingos is born here. Other wildlife in the region includes tilapia fish, zebra, giraffes, and various bird species in surrounding areas. Snow-capped mountain: geological and cultural significance. The lake lies near the base of Ol Doinyo Lengai, a sacred mountain to the Maasai people and the world's only volcano that erupts nitrocarbonatite lava. The entire region is part of a unique geological landscape shaped by tectonic activity, volcanism, and extreme climate. Paint palette: visual appearance. The lake's surface often takes on vivid red or orange hues, caused by the blooming of salt-loving microorganisms like Dunaliella salina. Cracks in the salt crust and mirror-like reflections give the lake an otherworldly appearance. Often described as alien or Martian. Warning: dangers and myths. The water is not deadly to humans on contact, but prolonged exposure or ingestion is harmful. While birds and small animals may become mummified if they die in the lake, the petrification is a natural preservation process, not instantaneous. Myths of turning creatures to stone have added to the lake's mysterious reputation, but the effect is more scientific than supernatural. Calendar: best time to visit: June to October, dry season, flamingo breeding season and best visibility of the lake's colors. November to April, wet season, higher water levels and less accessible terrain. Compass: access and tourism. The lake can be reached from Arusha, approximately 6 to 7 hours by vehicle, or via small airstrips nearby. Visitors usually stay in eco-lodges or camps around the lake. Popular activities: flamingo watching, guided hikes to Ol Doinyo Lengai, visiting nearby Maasai villages, exploring the lake's salt flats and photographic landscapes. Shield conservation. Lake Natron is part of the Ramsar Convention and protected as a wetland of international importance. Environmental groups monitor threats such as proposed industrial development, water diversion, climate change affecting water levels and salinity balance. 5. Lake Retba, the Pink Lake, Senegal. Round pushpin location. Lake Retba, also known as Lac Rose, French for Pink Lake, is located in Senegal, West Africa, about 30 kilometers (19 miles) northeast of Dakar, the capital city. It lies just a few hundred meters from the Atlantic Ocean and is separated by narrow sand dunes. Paint palette. Why is it pink? Lake Retba is famous for its striking pink hue, which is especially visible during the dry season. The color is caused by the presence of a halophilic, salt-loving, microorganism called Dunaliella salina. These microorganisms produce a red pigment, beta-carotene, that helps them absorb sunlight, which in turn gives the lake its pink or reddish appearance. The intensity of the color varies depending on the time of year. Weather. In sunlight. Test tube salinity and composition. Lake Retba is known for its extremely high salt content, reaching up to 40% salinity in some areas, similar to the Dead Sea. The lake is only 3 square kilometers in size but holds massive salt deposits beneath the surface. The high salt concentration allows people to float easily, just like in the Dead Sea. Pick salt harvesting industry. Salt extraction is a major economic activity in the Lake Retba area. Thousands of workers manually harvest salt from the lakebed, often coating their skin with shea butter to protect it from the harsh, salty waters. Salt is collected into mounds along the shore, creating a visually iconic landscape. The salt is used domestically and exported throughout West Africa. Compass tourism and activities. Lake Retba is a popular tourist destination, offering boat tours on traditional wooden pirogues across the pink waters. Swimming and floating in the lake, though not recommended for long periods due to the salinity. Salt farm visits, where tourists can observe or help harvest salt. Cultural interactions with local Wolof and Lebu communities. It is often a stop on guided tours that also explore Dakar, Gori Island, and the nearby Atlantic coastline. Globe cultural and historical significance. Lake Retba was the final stage of the historic Paris-Dakar rally for many years. The area is part of the traditional lands of Senegalese coastal communities, where fishing, farming, and salt trade have shaped daily life for generations. Calendar. Best time to visit. Dry season, November to June. Best visibility of the pink color due to higher salt concentrations and stronger sunlight. Rainy season, July to October. The lake becomes less colorful due to diluted salt levels and cloudy skies. Warning. Environmental concerns. Climate change and rising sea levels pose potential risks to the lake's ecosystem and salt economy. Conservation efforts and sustainable salt harvesting practices are being encouraged to protect this natural wonder. Camera with flash photography tips. Best times for photos are early morning or late afternoon, when the light enhances the pink tones. Aerial shots or drone footage can dramatically showcase the color contrast between the lake and surrounding sand dunes. 4. Waitomo Glowworm Caves, New Zealand's underground starry sky. Round pushpin location. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves are located in the Waikato region of the North Island of New Zealand, near the small town of Waitomo, about 200 kilometers, 124 miles, south of Auckland. Milky Way. What makes the caves special? These caves are globally renowned for their spectacular display of glowworms, which create a natural light show resembling a star-filled night sky inside the dark caverns. The glowing lights come from Arachnicampa luminosa, a species of glowworm native to New Zealand. These insects emit a bioluminescent blue-green light to attract prey. Visitors travel silently through the caves on a guided boat ride, marveling at the illuminated ceilings. DNA. The glowworms, Arachnicampa luminosa. These glowworms are not worms, but the larvae of fungus gnats. They produce light through a chemical reaction involving oxygen. luciferin, a light-emitting molecule, and luciferase, an enzyme. The glow helps them attract insects into sticky silk threads they hang from cave ceilings. The brighter the glow, the hungrier the glowworm. Whole geological features. The Waitomo Caves system is formed from limestone dating back over 30 million years. The caves include dramatic features such as stalactites and stalagmites, deep caverns, underground rivers. The main glowworm cave is part of a larger system that includes Ruakori Cave and Aranui Cave. Speedboat Cave Tour Experience. The standard tour begins with a walk through the caves, featuring a guide who explains the formation, history, and science of the caves and glowworms. The highlight is a silent boat ride through the glowworm grotto, where thousands of glowworms light up the ceiling like stars. The silence and darkness enhance the awe-inspiring effect, making it a peaceful and magical experience. Compass adventure options. In addition to the glowworm boat tour, the Waitomo Cave system offers black water rafting, float through underground rivers in inner tubes, abseiling, rappelling into caverns, caving and spelunking for thrill seekers, photography tours in specially lit areas. Best time to visit. The caves are open year-round, and the glowworms glow regardless of the season. Early mornings or late afternoons are often less crowded. Tours run rain or shine, as the caves are indoors. Moai cultural significance. The name, Waitomo, comes from the Maori language. Wai equals water. Tomo equals sinkhole or entrance. The area holds spiritual and cultural importance for the Maori people, who have guided and protected the caves for generations. The caves have been open to the public since 1889, and many tours are still conducted by Maori guides. Warning: conservation and sustainability. Visitor numbers are carefully controlled to protect the delicate ecosystem. The glowworm population is monitored closely, as they are sensitive to light, noise, and changes in humidity. The caves are managed by Tourism Holdings Limited in partnership with the local Maori landowners. Camera with flash photography tips. Photography is not allowed in the glowworm grotto to avoid disturbing the insects. In other cave sections, low light or long exposure photography is best. Professional photo packages are available through the tour operator. 3. Socotra Island, the alien island, Yemen. Round pushpin location. Socotra Island is located in the Arabian Sea, about 380 kilometers, 240 miles, south of mainland Yemen and 240 kilometers, 150 miles, east of the Horn of Africa. It is the largest of 4 islands in the Socotra archipelago, which is part of Yemen. Globe. Why is it called the alien island? Socotra is often referred to as the alien island because of its strange, otherworldly landscape and rare, bizarre-looking plants that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Its isolation for millions of years has led to the evolution of unique flora and fauna, many of which look like they belong on another planet. Unique biodiversity. Socotra has an exceptional level of endemism. Over 1/3 of its plant species are found nowhere else on Earth. The island is often compared to the Galapagos Islands due to its ecological uniqueness. Shedding tree. Notable endemic species. Dragon's blood tree, Dracaena cinnabari, an umbrella-shaped tree that bleeds red sap used for medicine, dye, and incense. Desert rose, Adenium obesum socotranum, a bulbous tree with thick, twisted trunks and bright pink flowers. Cucumber tree, Dendrocysseos socotranus, the only member of the cucumber family that grows as a tree. Unique reptiles, insects, and birds like the Socotra starling, Socotra sunbird, and Socotra scops owl. Desert landscape and climate. The terrain includes limestone plateaus, granite mountains, sand dunes, and coastal plains. The island has dry, semi-desert conditions, with temperatures often exceeding 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Rain falls mainly in the monsoon seasons, creating brief periods of greenery. The island's remoteness and arid climate have helped preserve its unique lifeforms. Compass cultural and human aspects. Socotra has around 60,000 inhabitants, mainly of South Arabian descent. People speak Socotri, a South Semitic language unrelated to Arabic. The culture remains traditional, with fishing, herding, and date palm farming as primary livelihoods. Ecotourism is growing slowly but remains minimal to protect the island's fragile ecosystem. Shield UNESCO and conservation. In 2008, The Socotra archipelago was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its outstanding biodiversity and natural beauty. The island faces threats from climate change, overgrazing by goats, invasive species, political instability in Yemen, which limits conservation efforts and ecotourism development. Calendar best time to visit. October to April is the best time to visit when temperatures are milder and conditions are drier. The summer monsoon, June to September, brings heavy winds and rough seas, making the island nearly inaccessible. Backpack tourist activities. Trekking through highlands and Dragon's Blood tree forests. Snorkeling and diving in pristine coral reefs. Visiting Kalancia Beach, Detwil Lagoon, and Homhill Plateau. Camping under the stars in remote valleys and caves. Exploring unique caves, such as Hawk Cave, with ancient inscriptions and rock formations. Warning: access and travel. Reaching Socotra is challenging due to limited flights and political instability in mainland Yemen. Most visitors arrive via chartered flights from Cairo, Egypt, or occasional humanitarian flights. Visas, permits, and reliable local guides are essential for travel planning. 2. The Door to Hell, Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Round pushpin location. The Door to Hell, officially known as the Darvaza Gas Crater, is located in the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, near the small village of Darvaza, approximately 260 kilometers, 160 miles, north of Ashgabat, the country's capital. Fire. What is it? The Door to Hell is a massive, continuously burning natural gas crater. It earned its dramatic nickname due to the intense flames, boiling mud, and hellish glow that can be seen from miles away, especially at night. Diameter: approximately 70 meters, 230 feet. Depth: approximately 20 meters, 65 feet. Constantly on fire since 1971. Oil drum. How did it form? The origin of the crater is both accidental and controversial, tied to Soviet-era drilling. In 1971, Soviet geologists were drilling in search of natural gas. During the operation, the ground beneath the rig collapsed, forming a massive sinkhole. Fearing the release of toxic methane gas, the engineers decided to ignite it, expecting the fire to burn out in a few days. However, the gas reserves were far greater than expected, and the fire has been burning ever since. Volcano. Why is it still burning? The crater is fueled by rich underground natural gas deposits. Scientists and the Turkmen government have been unable to extinguish the fire due to the scale and depth of the gas flow. The continuous burning has made it a permanent geological fire pit. Compass tourism and experience. The Door to Hell is one of Turkmenistan's most famous tourist attractions, drawing adventurers, scientists, and photographers from around the world. Visitors can camp beside the crater and witness the fiery spectacle at night. Take guided tours through the Karakum Desert. Explore the nearby gas fields, desert dunes, and yurts, nomadic tents. Capture dramatic sunset and night photos with the crater's orange flames glowing against the dark sky. Important note: due to its remote desert location, the journey requires off-road vehicles, and the area lacks modern infrastructure. Shield environmental and political considerations. In 2022, Turkmenistan's President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov ordered scientists to find a way to extinguish the crater due to environmental and health concerns. But it remains active as of now. The crater is seen as both a symbol of energy waste and an iconic natural wonder. The government has shown interest in promoting it as a controlled ecotourism site. Globe symbolism and fascination. The Door to Hell has become a metaphor for mankind's mismanagement of nature and a symbol of the unpredictable power beneath Earth's surface. Its eerie appearance and unique history have led to features in documentaries, e.g. National Geographic, travel shows and YouTube channels, expeditions by explorers like George Kourounis, who descended into the crater in a heat suit in 2013. 1. Salar de Uyuni, the giant sky mirror, Bolivia. Round pushpin location. Salar de Uyuni is located in the southwest of Bolivia, near the crest of the Andes Mountains, in the Daniel Campos province, Potosi Department. It lies at an altitude of approximately 3.656 meters, 11.995 feet, above sea level. Globe. What is it? Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat, covering over 10.582 square kilometers, 4.086 square miles. It is often called the giant sky mirror because during the rainy season, Its surface becomes so reflective that it creates a perfect mirror of the sky, blurring the boundary between Earth and heaven. Test tube. How was it formed? Around 30.000 to 40.000 years ago, the region was covered by a massive prehistoric lake called Lake Minchin. When the lake dried up, it left behind several smaller lakes and vast salt flats, the largest of which is Salar de Uyuni. It is estimated to contain about 10 billion tons of salt. Battery economic importance. Salar de Uyuni is not just visually stunning, it's also economically significant. It contains one of the world's largest reserves of lithium, a key component in batteries for electronics and electric vehicles. The flat is also rich in potassium, magnesium, and borax. Locals extract table salt in small quantities using traditional methods. Mirror effect. During the rainy season, usually December to April, a thin layer of water accumulates on the salt flat. This creates an incredible mirror effect, reflecting the sky with such clarity that the ground and sky appear to merge. It is considered one of the most surreal and photogenic landscapes on Earth. Camera with flash tourism and experience. Salar de Uyuni is a major tourist attraction and offers various unique experiences. Star. What to see and do. Photography. Optical illusion photos and mirror effect shots are a must. Isla Incahuasi, a rocky island in the middle of the flats covered in giant cacti and coral-like formations. Salt hotels. Hotels built entirely from salt blocks, including furniture. Train graveyard, Cementerio de Trens, just outside Uyuni town, a collection of old, rusted locomotives. Stargazing. On clear nights, the flat becomes a vast canvas reflecting the Milky Way and stars. Sunrise and sunset. Breathtaking reflections and colors create dreamlike visuals. Spiral calendar. Best time to visit. Dry season, May to November, the salt flat is dry, flat, and perfect for taking perspective photos and visiting remote areas. Wet season, December to April, best for seeing the mirror effect, though some areas may be inaccessible due to flooding. For the best of both worlds, visit between late March and early April, when the flats are partially flooded but still accessible. RV. How to get there. Most tours start from Uyuni town, which is accessible by flights from La Paz, buses and trains from major cities like Oruro and Potosi. 4x4 Jeep tours are the most common and can last from 1 to 4 days, often including nearby attractions like the Eduardo Avaroa National Park, Laguna Colorada, and Hot Springs. Warning tips and considerations. Due to the high altitude, travelers may experience altitude sickness. It's recommended to acclimatize before visiting. Sunscreen, sunglasses, and water-resistant boots are essential. Bring layers of clothing, as temperatures can swing dramatically between day and night. Drones are allowed and popular for capturing aerial shots, but be cautious of the wind and moisture. Our planet is full of wonders, from color-changing lakes and glowing caves to landscapes that look like they're from another world. Each destination is a reminder of nature's beauty, mystery, and strangeness. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing places from around the world. And if you know of a place that's even stranger, be sure to leave a comment below and share it with us. Pushpin. Thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure.